All aboard! Densha de Go is a 1995 arcade game that would blossom into Japan's most successful train simulator series, with ports spanning across 13 different systems over its lifetime. One of those systems turned out to be the WonderSwan, which got ports of both Densha de Go and Densha de Go 2. Today we'll be focusing on the original, which launched alongside the WonderSwan on March 4th, 1999. Densha de Go is a train simulator featuring the following 4 train lines in increasing difficulty order. The Sain main line from Kamaoka to Kyoto in the Kyoto area, the Keihin Tohoku line from Shinegawa to Yokohama in the Tokyo metropolitan area, the Tokaido main line from Kyoto to Osaka in the Kansai region, and the Yamanote line from Shibuya to Tokyo. The gameplay consists of manipulating the train's acceleration and brakes to make it from station to station on time, while respecting speed limits and stopping at the station as accurately as possible. You're given a 30-second buffer you can use if you're running late, but mostly it serves as a pool of points that penalties are applied to. Every screw-up will reduce the amount of seconds, and if you reach 0, it's game over. You're probably watching this footage and thinking it looks really muddy. Unfortunately, Densha de Go is one of those games that doesn't look as good blown up in an emulator as it does on real hardware, so you'll just have to trust me that it looks surprisingly good on the original WonderSwan. If you're a train nerd, the next question off your tongue is going to be, how realistic are the recreations of the train lines? Well, the Densha de Go series was never about hyper-accuracy. That's Ongakukan's realm with their Train Simulator series, which relies on video footage taken straight from the front windows of the trains in question for its gameplay. WonderSwan Densha de Go feels less like you're driving a real train, but more like you're riding through a diorama of the train lines in the game. I've ridden the Keihin Tohoku line quite a bit myself, and I find the in-game recreation to have oversimplified scenery while still remaining identifiable as the Keihin Tohoku line at a glance. There's only so much detail you can cram in without making the game a muddy mess anyway, given the constraints of the WonderSwan hardware. The series is perhaps most notorious for its strict requirements. Stop the train 3 meters off of the stop line and face a penalty. Forgot to toot the horn before entering a tunnel? 5-second penalty. While this certainly helped arcade operators rack in more quarters, there is some basis in the strictness of its requirements. Part of the reason Japanese transit is so enjoyable to ride is how reliable and on time they are most of the time, provided there's no emergency or stormy weather getting in the way. Japanese rail companies are top-tier micromanagers, and since the player puts themselves in the shoes of one of their employees, it is their duty to live up to their standards. As the series eventually drifted off of the arcades and into Japanese homes, Taito reconsidered the game's difficulty and loosened it up a bit to make it more accessible. It'd be kind of a shame to buy a train simulator in hopes of experiencing your favorite train lines, but then repeatedly reach a game over screen after the second station. Unfortunately for us, these changes were only put into place midway through the home ports of Densha de Go 2, so this port is faithful to the original arcade release's requirements. You do get a difficulty select menu in the options, which is nice, but I honestly can't tell the difference between any of them. As someone who enjoys playing train simulators casually every now and then, I wasn't expecting very much from this port of Densha de Go, but I found myself pleasantly surprised. All of the content from the original arcade release is here, and it's surprisingly playable in a pocket form factor. It even has quality of life improvements like allowing you to switch between 2-handle and 1-handle control schemes, which wasn't even a given of all the train sims in the PS2 era. While it's been surpassed as the handheld king of train sims by the countless PSP releases of Densha de Go since then, this is pretty damn good for a WonderSwan launch game, provided you're into the train sim genre of course.